Hi, my name is Alex and I welcome you to today's video. With Sword Art Online, Alicization Lycoris, the 7th game adaptation of the well-known anime series has already been released. Since September 30th, 2022, the JRPG is finally available for the Nintendo Switch. We joined the main character Kirito through the new RPG and share our impressions and experiences in our review. We wake up alone in the forest. Large memory gaps block our recollection of how we got there in the first place. In the form of the hero of the anime, Kirito, we discover that he is in a virtual world, a VR video game. In the first, very extensive chapter of the game, you are introduced to the story, the combat mechanics and the game options. We had to accept the fact that the pages of explanations and tutorials even interrupt the game's flow in the middle of the fight. Numerous nicely designed but also partly irrelevant dialogues guide us through the story. The seemingly arbitrary changes between the animation style of the dialogue passages feels a bit inelegant. After the tough start, the quality of the adventure increases a bit. This is also where the anime's narrative ends. The game now shows its own continuation of the 3rd SAO season. In this continuation we have much greater freedom of choice, more opportunities for discovery and can create our own characters. With these we can fight our way through. The combat system may be overwhelming at first and lead to wild button mashing, but later turns out to be well done. Battles and movement sequences feel fluent and there are many possible combat strategies to explore through the various attacks, blocks and spells. The fights in Alicization Lycoris are also visually impressive. Every hit is rewarded with colorful lights and effects. We almost lost sight of poor Kirito during complex attack patterns. Even in single player mode, we don't fight alone. During the fight we can switch between Kirito's companions or give them orders. We found it particularly pleasant that the death of a companion is cancelled after a short cooldown and the fight is only considered lost when all companions are incapacitated at the same time. There are a few small things to criticize though. Due to an invisible but unmarked wall around the combat area, we were unable to retreat during various evasive maneuvers. In addition, the entire sequence and all explanations are replayed after every failed fight. The game's very long loading times additionally test our patience. As always with Switch implementations, the technical aspects are particularly interesting. For Bandai Namco, Sword Art Online Alicization Lycoris is probably the most difficult port to implement so far, as the game was clearly developed for more powerful consoles. You can see that everywhere. Common drawbacks like a lower resolution or worse textures are also very noticeable there. Particle effects and animations are also much less detailed, but that doesn't stop them from causing the frame rate to drop in very demanding scenes. It's not an ugly game by any means, but once again it's clear that Nintendo's hardware could use a bit more power. So let's come to a conclusion. Fans of the series will surely be happy with this game. A new storyline from the Alicization arc awaits all patient players, as well as old familiar characters and a complex battle system full of possibilities. Less patient players will be frustrated by the JRPG at first. The gameplay is much too tough in the first half of the game. So if you have a lot of stamina and are a lover of Sword Art Online's popular but predictable narrative, you can put the adventure on your wishlist. For these reasons I rate Sword Art Online Alicization Lycoris for the Nintendo Switch a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. If you liked it, we would be very happy about a like and a subscription. Or if you're interested in getting early access to our future reviews, feel free to visit our Patreon page.
Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.